Welcome back to the Everyday Faith Podcast from Eastside with today's faith-rooted principle.
Good morning. We have made it to the final principle of the Judeo-Christian ethic. This is Pastor Finley Cutshaw. Today is Tuesday, June the 9th, and I just want to quickly review our purpose and these principles. We're looking at these in recognition and honor of our nation's 250th birthday coming up on July the 4th this year. I can remember as a kid when the nation turned 200 years old. I think I still have some of those bicentennial 50-cent pieces somewhere, the ones that had on there from 1776 to 1976. And so here we are now turning 250 years. And America has received the blessing of God like no other nation in the world, it seems to me. I haven't lived in every nation, but I've visited several other countries, and I can tell you this for a fact. There is no place like America, and we are greatly blessed. And one of the things that has been part of that blessing is because our founding fathers were guided in their principles as they wrote out the Declaration of Independence and had influence on the early laws of our nation. They were guided by the Judeo-Christian ethic. And so I've been reading from the American Patriots Bible, and I've taken these principles from that book, the introduction of it by Dr. Richard Lee. And so the principles are these. Number one, the dignity of human life. Number two, the traditional monogamous, as he calls it, and I changed that to biblical family. Principle three, a national work ethic. Principle four, the right to a God-centered education. Principle five, the Abrahamic covenant. Principle six, common decency. And today we arrive at principle number 7, our personal accountability to God. What an amazing thought. Romans chapter 14, verse number 12 says this, so then every one of us must give account, so then every one of us must give account of himself to God. We are individually responsible and accountable to God. And I would say that we are individually and nationally accountable to God. I think our founding fathers felt that as a conviction that as a nation we would one day be accountable to God, not only in the sense of one day standing before God. I don't think God's going to necessarily say, all right, all you Americans line up, although the Bible does talk about the judgment of the nations. But it may not be exactly like that where we all have to stand up, but you certainly can sense God's blessing or judgment on nations even now. This fact alone, this fact of accountability to God should change the way we live in society. It should change us personally, but it also should impact our nation. God is real, and He is never going away. No matter what anybody says, He's not going away. He's always been, He always will be. He is the ultimate authority for all people and nations. Our founding fathers recognized this and allowed it to influence the founding principles of our nation. I have to think that they had Psalm 2 in mind whenever they were preparing these documents, and Psalm 2 is part of this, this influence. And I want to read just verses 1 through 5. It says, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against His anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision. You think about this. All the nations in the world combining to go against God is like a 2-year-old child threatening a 35-year-old, 6'4", 280-pound, muscle-bound man. It's not even close. It's not even that close. And so you have to understand that's why God will laugh. You and I would laugh in that situation to see a baby challenge a grown man. And it's even worse than that. Then verse number 5 says this, then shall He, that is God, speak unto them in His wrath and vex them in His sore displeasure. Listen, our founding fathers were guided by a fact that you and I should still be guided by today, and that is this truth. Every one of us will give an account to God one day. Drifting from this reality leads to personal and national moral bankruptcy. Let's remind ourselves today and in the days ahead that we will all give an account to God for ourselves and our actions. Remember, our personal accountability is to God first and foremost. God bless.
Thanks for joining us for today's Rooted Principle right here on the Everyday Faith Podcast. If today's conversation has encouraged you, be sure to share it with someone who might need it, and don't forget to follow and subscribe so you never miss an episode. We'll see you next time right here on the Everyday Faith Podcast.